Yo, what's rocking with the garden? It's your bro Will, and I'm just here to give you an update of what do you have in your garden podcast. We are in the year of 2025, and listen, man. Last Friday we just kicked off a dope episode with my bro T and my sis Mo Ministry. It was dope. If you guys haven't had a chance, man, go tap in. The link is in my bio on my Facebook or on my IG. Super excited, man, to kick off this year, you know what I'm saying, with some mighty guests, you know what I'm saying? It was awesome. If you guys haven't tapped in with the full episode, I know I've been posting like certain, clips of it, but man, I need to go tap in with the full episode. It was lit, you hear me? We was in a garden dropping them seeds, planting, you hear me? So I'm super excited, man. Shout out to them for even wanted to even come on. When I asked them, it was even no hesitation, man. They was like, yeah, I got you. So shout out to my bro and my sister, man. I really appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm forever grateful. Forever grateful. Um, I just want to get on here, you know what I'm saying? Just tap in on my folks, man. Give you guys a couple of updates of what's happening in the garden, the podcast. So first and foremost, I did this recently post my not my per se, but our mission statement of what the garden is and basically what is our target for the podcast. A lot of people have been asking me like, what does a garden stand for, etc. And a garden just means life, And so the purpose of the garden is to be able to bring people on to this platform and remind you guys, we host the podcast at our crib. Me and my wife crib, we have the podcast here, and so it's a very intimate setting, very welcoming setting, family setting, you know what I'm saying? We're just rocking, just talking about our lives, you know what I'm saying, and our experiences. But the main reason for that is to really bring encouragement. And not just that, but to be able to bring insight of who the guest is. You know what I'm saying? Just to dig more, a little deeper, not too deep, but dig a little deeper into their lives. And so that way they can give out seeds, that's where they can receive them as well. And so that's the main reason for the pod. And so, I'm super excited that God, you know what I'm saying, impregnated me with this vision because it's working, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just super excited to be able to have something like this, not just for me, but for the people. And just to piggyback on our guest, our future guest, may I say, is that we're not just aiming for poets or artists, authors, etc. Right? The goal is the goal of this podcast is to really bring everybody to the garden. You got a story to tell. You got some experiences to tell. You're not afraid to express it. Man, we welcome you. Come to the garden, plant some seeds. You know what I'm saying? That's what the garden is about. And so, with that, I just wanted to say that just for those that are super active on social media, man, don't be afraid of who you are. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be afraid of who you are. You don't gotta be afraid of what you've been through. You've been through that. You overcame it. Share it. Grow from it. Let people be motivated, inspired by it. You know what I'm saying? Encourage somebody by your reflection. And I say that in my own biasness because that's what I do. That's what I do, right? So I'm trying to encourage y'all to do the same thing I do. But no, in all truthfulness, man, it's a blessing to even be able to have this type of platform. And though it's just the beginning, man, it's going to be a monumental thing that I will never forget in my life. I had somebody, my bro Jay, that I met a couple of years back, and he called me when the video was released. And he spoke real life into me, and not just to me, but the vision. And he said that when we were working together, that he remembered me telling him about the vision that I had. And it was ironic to me because, I didn't recall myself telling him that, you know what I'm saying, or telling him the vision that I wanted to do. And he called me and, expressed how proud he was of me to be able to grow, you know what I'm saying, month by month, year by year, with the vision of the podcast. And so shout out to my bro Jay, man. You know who you are, man. Appreciate you, buddy. And so with that, I just want to move forward. Before I move forward with, this is just a quick update, guys. I just want to drop a little quick video. With that, you guys see two books here. So this book here is my first book, self-published book, poetry book that I written about, I want to say 2020, 2021. And with Garden Words, Harvesting in the Winter, these poems that's in this book is like, bro, they're like 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? But God told me, He was like, I want you to basically publish these books in a poetry book. And so that's what I did. And so the first book, Garden Words, Harvesting in the Winter, are poems that I written like 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And this is the first book that took off. I remember when I first published this book, self-published this book. Shout out to my bro DC. It went crazy. I had a lot of support all across the Bay Area. We driving different cities in the Bay, dropping books off, taking pictures, etc. You know. So this book really opened up the gate for me as far as, you know what I'm saying, a lot of other roses. It allowed a lot of other roses the insight of what Willem was doing with his life. And so I will always be grateful for Garden Words, Harvest in the Winter. Now, this book right here, Garden Words, Harvesting in the Summer, I wrote this book in a time frame of really elevating, going through some things, changing, dealing with certain things, you know what I'm saying, rather if it's addictions or self-trauma, these of that nature, that I just poured into this book. But not only that, this book is monumental because as I finished the book in 2022, I finished it in 2021, but I released it in 2022. But prior to my release date of Garden Words, Harvesting in the Summer, my grandmother had passed away. And so it was very hard for me to even push it. I didn't really push Garden Words, Harvesting in the Summer. I just posted it and, you know, just posting certain flyers, but I wasn't really invested into the book due to the fact that I was really going through a rough grief in my life. But I decided to display these trophies of mine just because it's really helping me. You know what I'm saying? Like how when you have a vision, man, and you just do it, you know what I'm saying? It'll be here. So I got these trophies on this table right here just to remind myself and just to like show you guys that everything is possible. Whatever vision that you have is possible. You know what I'm saying? Of course, with God for sure. But it's really possible, like if you put your mind to it, you know. At times we just gotta brush ourselves out the way. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, you know, the support will come. And that's another thing I want to touch on before I close out is that what I realized about support is always there. Hear me out. Support is always there. Like at times, man, listen, we don't need everybody calling us every day, or we don't need 100 likes for us to know that we're being supported or not. That's out. You know what I'm saying? When you really got real, pure support, people that really love what you do, people that know you and love who you are, bro, their love would never be fragile. You know what I'm saying? It would never de-escalate. It will always elevate, you know? And that's one thing that I found out as being real authentic, genuine. Just me. You hear me? I know that people that love me is pure. You know what I'm saying? It's authentic. And so I just want to let y'all know that, bro. Like, man, stop hiding y'all tail. You hear me? I don't know who you are and nothing like that. And I'm not trying to like talk like I know everything or that nature. It's just in the fact of like, at times, man, we become our biggest adversary. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta stop being afraid of who you look at in the mirror, you know, and just go after what you envision. You know what I'm saying? And those that's going to support you will support you. You know, and you never know who's watching. You never know. You never know who's watching you, and so that's one of my things that keeps me motivated, even in rough times. You hear me? It'd be like, damn, like you just don't know. So you gotta just keep that torch going. You hear me? And so I want to touch on another thing about the garden is that we will be doing visuals. We will be doing vlogs this year, and we're going to be starting posting soon our upcoming guests. You know, the goal is to knock out 2 guests in 1 month. And so that's the goal for the garden, man. We're trying to at least have 30 guests on the pod in the year 2025, you know? That's our goal, and it's very possible. So I just want to give a shout out to y'all, man, for rocking with the Brody Woodlum. You hear me? And then not only me, but the garden. You know what I'm saying? The garden really represents a lot. It represents growth, trials, tribulations. It represents pain, joy, endurance. You feel me? It represents brokenness. It represents happiness. You know? It represents every human emotion that we could possibly face. But it also represents the joy when we overcome. It represents the joy when we're able to see who we are. It represents the excitement when you can look in the mirror and be like, bro, I got today. You know what I'm saying? That's what it represents. That's what the garden represents for me. And for those that really know me, you know, shout out to my family. Y'all really know me, you know, close partners. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really know how I am. So that's my goal, bro. You know, love is everything. Understanding is a must. And transparency is needed for those that need love. You know what I'm saying? Everything I do, I wear on my sleeve. Do you hear me? And that's just how I feel like it works in life. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep saying, you know what I'm saying, like, but we don't have to hide anything because we all human. And that's just the bottom line. You, anybody that's trying to fake it, flunk it, man, get out of here. I ain't with that, bro. Like what you see is what you get. You feel me? And I know what you see is what you get. You can relate to, and so we keep it 100. You know. And that's what the garden is about. It's just about being you, expressing yourself, and living in your truth, being authentic. You hear me? And so with that, man, I just wanted to give you that quick update. Now, really, I just wanted to make a video. I'm capping. I really just wanted to make a video. I'm lying too. I didn't just want to make a video. I really want to give you guys an update and also show you guys these trophies of mine. We got Garden Awards harvesting in the winter, and we got Garden Awards harvesting in the summer. And we're about to release Garden Awards harvest in the spring, this spring. So be on the lookout for that, man. It's going to be awesome. So thank you again, guys, for this Rocking with the Brody, Rocking with the Pod. If you guys haven't seen the first episode of What Do You Have in Your Garden podcast featuring my bro T and Mo, bro, y'all go tap that bio, hit the link, man. Or watch the videos that I've been posting, but watch the full video up on YouTube. You hear me? Also, roses, also, listen, we just created our Instagram page. It's garden_podcast. Please go follow me. I'll follow back. Or I may just send out a bunch of followings to y'all pages. And if y'all see garden_podcast, that's the garden. Follow back so that you guys can stay tuned what we be doing. And so again, stay tuned, man. I'm about to release another flyer soon. In about a week or so of our upcoming guest that's going to be happening.